Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? How y'all doing? Welcome back. So earlier today, I decided to go out and see this little movie that's called The Farewell. And prior to going into it, I really didn't know a whole lot about it, other than the fact that I knew it was a fairly serious kind of family drama that was a little bit depressing. However, having heard that, and then after watching the movie completely, I'm deeming that as probably the biggest understatement of the century. The basic plot of the movie, it centers around a character played by Awkwafina, and she finds out a relative of hers is getting married after only seeing his girlfriend for about 3 months. And of course, the wedding is going to take place back in her home country. However, the real reason why the wedding is happening is because they find out that her grandmother has cancer. And I'm not 100% certain how common this actually is, but apparently it's not uncommon to not tell a person about how ill they are, because the ongoing theory apparently is not that cancer or something terminal can kill you, but the knowledge of that and the fear of that is what will kill you. So apparently it's customary to keep that information in order for them to think they're going to live longer. And apparently sometimes they do. So the presumption is that the wedding is happening so everybody can come back to see the grandmother for at least one last time. So if you couldn't already tell by my description of the plot, yes, this movie won't pluck your heartstrings, it will just rip them out of your body. And some of you guys might think just based on that this is some kind of like Hallmark or Lifetime movie, and I would adamantly disagree with that. Because this movie doesn't just tug at your heartstrings just for the sake of doing it, it actually tries to make you a part of the family, and then when certain moments happen, it just very, very organically hits you in the feels. And that goes to show you the craft that went into making this film, because a lot of things are really awesome about it, particularly the acting. The acting felt totally real, I felt like I was a part of the family, this felt like everything felt very natural the way everybody was interacting. And another thing they did, which at first I thought it was kind of pretentious, but then after thinking about it, I understood what the filmmaker was trying to do. There are certain scenes that dwell for a little bit longer than I guess you would be comfortable for as far as watching a film. And a good example is when most of the family goes to visit the dead grandfather, and he passed away several years ago, and they're just going to his gravesite to, you know, pay him respect. And you know, they're doing their little ritual, but then afterwards the grandmother tells everybody to like bow their heads and like do this very choreographed kind of thing. And the shot dwells for about 30 or 40 seconds longer than I would have liked. Like, I just felt like the scene really needed to move on. But then at a certain point, somebody mentions the fact that the grandmother wants to act like a grandmother. So I understood what the scene was for. It was because she wanted to feel like she was bringing everybody together, and you, as an audience member, felt like you were a part of the family because you were with them while they were doing this very important thing. Because it partially feels like you're putting up with it because it's like, oh, we have to do this because Grammy wants us to, but at the same time, you're also a participant, so it makes you feel like you're way more connected with this family. But guys, as far as the negatives for the movie, I think really the only thing, and it's just a minor nitpick, is that the music felt a little bit too loud and a little bit too in your face occasionally, like 2 or 3 times. But other than that, this movie really made me like feel things. And I was very lucky growing up because all my grandparents, including my step family, like I had 6 grandparents, and now at the moment I'm down to 2, so a lot of things in this movie just really just hit home for me, you know? Like, this movie really reminded me that I miss a lot of my family members that have passed away, and that sounds kind of depressing, but like, I'm really glad I saw it, because it just, you know, it made me remember all the good times that I had with all my, and any relatives that passed away, not just my grandparents. And there's also a moment towards the end, not at the end of the movie, but kind of like towards the end, where nothing really sad is actually happening on screen, but the implications behind it were just like so heavy, and I was just like, I was just like overwhelmed with emotions. And the ending I thought was also incredibly perfect. Like, I honestly can't talk this movie up enough. Like, this is probably one of the best movies I've seen all year. So I think overall, for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it like a 9.3. This movie is really good. It's a little depressing, but it's really good. And the movie might feel slow, but the movie was really just trying to take you through the paces with the rest of the family, participate with them in this very important event. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you guys seen this movie? Have you heard of it? Did it hit you in the feels the way that it hit me? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell, share it on social media, do all that other YouTube-y type stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time.